Actually, the international community and the international organization um, talk very shamefully about these Israeli
The Israeli statements?
actually, what?
You mean Israeli statements?
The Israeli statements, it doesn't make any sense. They have like statements that it's not like considered in any category that we know in the international law. They are above the international law. They have like their special criteria that no one can understand these criteria of a humanitarian issue, and allowing themselves to do whatever they want. We have statements and very weak statements from these international organizations, and they didn't means that they have a real will to take any action against what is happening or these Israeli statements anymore. Everyone is afraid from being accused to be anti-Semitic, and this guilty feeling of anti-Semitic and the Nazis' actions that happens to the Jewish 8 decades before the 8 decades is still yani eliminating the act of these international organizations, especially the European organization in particular. So they didn't get really any statements that can attack Israel or be against the Israeli statements anymore. They try to be polite and put a word that didn't considered as anti-Semitic anymore. And way of behavior give Israel a green line to escalate their attacks on the Palestinian, and they know that they are uncountable, so they can do whatever they want. And this international organization will just write a report that says that the Israel is now doing this and that, but no action will be taken. Since 17 months till now, they didn't take any action to enforce Israel to over 6 points to enter humanitarian aids to Gaza, and they didn't. They just accept have like two entry points from Rafah and Karm Abu Salem
Yes.
as an entering points for these humanitarian aids,
Yes.
and this is make the flow of these aids very slow, and no one take action against that. So what will happen now, that they will still write reports about these slowing of entering aids or stopping of entering aids, but no one will take any action against that.
Well, I mean, again, you said like there is a blockade towards the Gaza Strip, and this isn't the first time that the Israelis have imposed a blockade on the Gaza Strip. How can the international community, the UN, stop the impending humanitarian disaster from happening? What immediate steps can they take to alleviate the suffering of Palestinians? For instance, we've seen in the past airdrops of supplies. Has this worked for the Palestinians, or are there other means to do this?
Actions to be taken. You mean when they dropped the aids on the Palestinian, it was with the agreement of Israel. Israel agreed to have these drops of aids, and everything can be done with the agrees of Israel and allowance of Israel to be done. I think that the international community and the UN agencies is weaker than taking any action against the Israeli will. So I don't think that they can have any action to enforce Israel to enter these aids anymore. And we witness this weakness day by day. We are talking now about one month of stopping all kinds of supplements and aid to Gaza, and no one take any action. We are talking about a very disaster level of a humanitarian situation in Gaza Strip, and no one is taking an action. So we are not waiting from them to take any action, because we know that they didn't have any will. They are very weak. They didn't have any ways of forcing Israel to take any action. I think that Israel just understand the language of forcing it and using this empowerment of these organizations, and these organizations didn't have a real will to enforce Israel or to use any kind of this power to implement these suggestions or to enter any aids
Yes.
to Gaza Strip. Till now, they
Yes.
use the peaceful ways and negotiation with
Okay.
Israel, and Israel is following any kind of negotiation till now.